Welcome back, everyone, to Onslaught Gaming 40K, and I'm your host, General Slaughter. And today we have Rapid Fire Tactics, Episode 9. And today we're going to do a breakdown on comprehensive rules and maybe rules that you didn't know about. All right? We're going to go ahead and break those down, give you a better understanding of the interactions, make sure that they're perfectly clear. If you have any comments, anything to ask, any questions, please make sure to do so in the comments section, and let's rock and roll and get the show started. And welcome to Rapid Fire Tactics, Episode 9, Rules You Didn't Know. So, for starters, one of the rules I wanted to break down to everyone today is actually in a primary mission called Terraform. And this can only be terraformed once. What? Calm down, calm down, calm down. I know, I'm here for you. And it seems like a lopsided primary mission. But the primary mission, Terraform, can only be terraformed once per player, and once completed, no other player may complete it. Both players can't do it. So, a strategy tip for you: if you're a fast army and you're going against an opponent with a slow army, try to grab it fast. Position yourself. Make sure to place your army and units in a position where you can either counter strike or you can take it first. If you want and you're playing with a slow army, you can bait your opponent out, hide behind ruins, get them to try to sit on it, and then you can counterattack or counter shoot them off those objective markers. Remember, it takes 2 turns, one entire battle round, for this to be completed for a maximum of 15 points. That's a lot of points that you're going to want to miss, right? So you're getting 2 additional for every single objective marker that you've terraformed. So try to either be fast or bait your opponent, but make sure that you're doing it right. So here's another rule that I wanted to talk about, and specifically a stratagem from the Orcs Codex, and this is called Cut 'em Down. Titanic and Fly models take desperate escape tests. Let me reiterate that. Titanic and Fly models take desperate escape tests. They are not exempt from actually taking that test. There's an exception and an exclusion when moving over models, but they still take the desperate escape test if there's a special rule or ability, just like Cut 'em Down, right? This ability or stratagem, rather, makes one of those units that is falling back due to desperate escape tests. And on a 1, 2, or 3, they're dead. No matter if it's a 24 wound Knight, a 14 wound Riptide, or a 3 wound 8 bound model. They die completely. No way to get out of it. I know it's very strong, but we all have our strong abilities in our codex. Plus, you guys have never heard of the story of David versus Goliath? That's how that went down. So, getting back to the Cut 'em Down stratagem, there is the exception that when they take desperate escape tests, the Titanic and Fly models are excluded from taking that test. But remember, they are excluded from taking that particular test because of those particular reasons, and that reason being that they're moving over models. But any other time, they still have to take a desperate escape test. This rule is specific to that, and the Orcs Cut 'em Down is an exception to the rule. So another rule I wanted to break down that maybe you didn't know about is the firing deck. An embarked unit with an assault weapon profile can't select it to use with the firing deck if the vehicle doesn't already have an assault weapon to advance and shoot. So specifically, I am stating that if the models or unit was already embarked in the vehicle and you try to use the firing deck and you try to advance on top of that, You cannot fire the model's weapons using the fire deck ability after the vehicle has advanced to shoot. And that rule is not to be confused with the FAQ that came out that's completely different. One is while embarked, the vehicle advances and then the unit can't shoot. This one is to not be confused with if a unit advanced and then embarks in the vehicle, it can use the firing deck to select to shoot with the model's weapons. Here's another cool rule I wanted to break down to everyone. So things like Murder Fang from the Space Wolf, Death Company Dread, and a whole bunch more, right? But specifically, the Hellbrute has a datasheet ability called Frenzy. Each time an enemy unit targets this model, after that unit has finished making its attacks, this model can either shoot as if it was your shooting phase or fight as if it was your fight phase. So this works just like the Overwatch stratagem, with some caveats. Units with this ability can fight in the shooting phase if they meet the fight requirements. One of the criteria you're not going to meet in the shooting phase is that you actually made a charge. But if you're within engagement range, then you're ready to rock and roll. But the reverse is not true, where these units can shoot in the fight phase, as big guns never tire only works in the shooting phase. And because they're vehicles and they're dreadnoughts, you cannot shoot in the fight phase with these models. So just make sure that you're aware and how to apply these rules to make you a better gamer. These units just murder things over and over and over and over. Anyways, you get the point. So the last interaction is for all of my Space Wolf fans. This has been a big one where all on social media, in person at events, people talk about this entire rule and just can't wrap their head around why this doesn't work in conjunction with another ability that we're going to talk about here very shortly. But Space Wolf abilities like the Warrior Pride never complete a saga. Remember that, and never officially completes a saga, but rather acts as if it has been completed, which means Relentless Assault does not complete. You do not gain the benefits of a rule that states if this saga has been completed with Warrior Pride. Relentless Assault and the effect of that ability until the end of the turn, your unit is eligible to shoot even though it fell back or advanced this phase. You're able to get that. You get that all the time in conjunction with Warrior Pride. What you don't get is if the saga of the Warrior Born has been completed by your army, until the end of your turn, your unit is also eligible to declare a charge. Because you haven't officially completed it and just acting as if you've completed it, you don't get that in conjunction. It doesn't work in that manner. So hopefully I was able to help with the comprehension of these rules. I know it's not going to make Space Wolf players happier, but at least I'll make you more knowledgeable. Thank you so much to everybody that watch. I appreciate you very much. As everyone knows, this is a passion of mine to educate players in the world and universe of Warhammer 40K. I like to bridge the gap and disparity between the top level players and the novice players, right? We all have to learn at some point in time. And if I can get those novice players to understand these intricate rules a lot quicker, a lot faster, hopefully you will have the tools and strategies to defeat your opponents on the tabletop. Thank you so much to everyone who watched. Hopefully, you enjoyed the show and the information that I brought forward to you. As always, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much once again. And as always, Onslaught Gaming 40K, where victory is just a strategy away. Take care.